Life, you gain some and you lose some. Challenges are bound to happen. But how do you handle these challenges when they come to you? Do you take these challenges as a means to an end, or you use them as a ladder to the top? How do you handle things that are being thrown to you, especially when life throws something to you very hard? In 1 second, your life turns around completely. And then at that point, you just feel you're shattered and all your dreams have come to an end. How do you handle such challenges? Today on Against All Odds, we have a guest with us who will be taking us through his journey of life, how everything he has encountered happened. In a twinkle of an eye, his life changed from an able-bodied person who walks with his 2 legs to someone who has to be confined to the wheelchair. But one thing that pulled him through was the fact that he did not give up on himself. Even when the doctor said, this case is hopeless, he told himself, no, I still have hope. With that gleam of light and hope, he was able to strive to the point he is today. Today on Against All Odds, we have with us to tell us his story and take us through his journey, Comrade Mohammed Abah Isa. Don't go away, we will be back very shortly. And when we return, my guest is here. My name is Dushma Pius Therapy. You're watching Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority.
This is Against All Odds.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, the program is still Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority, and my guest is here with me in the house, Comrade Mohammed Abah Isa. Thank you so much for making out time out of your very tight schedule to come on Against All Odds to share your story with us.
Thank you so much, Doshima, for having me on Against All Odds of this edition.
Mohammed Abah Isa, born in Maiduguri, the state capital of Borno State, attended Bulumkutu Primary School and Government Day Secondary School. His junior secondary school classes was from 1985 to 1989 and later concluded his senior secondary school at Government Senior Science Secondary School, Munguno, Borno State, from 1989 to 1992. He attended the University of Maiduguri, where he obtained a degree and master in public administration. Mohammed Abah Isa was born without a disability. He had enjoyed the pleasure of standing, walking, and running on 2 legs until one fateful day on his way to Abuja, the story changed. The unwanted visitor visited him on the 13th of October 2006 while on his journey.
What I thank God with my life, what life is all about living. And it depends how you accept what everything happened to you in a good faith. Why? Because immediately when I have an accident, everything will change. My movements, my activities, life cannot be as before. I was took to the hospital. With the first another challenge that I encountered when I was diagnosed, I was told that I sustained a spinal cord injury. I was shocked, and the doctor said I was not going to work again, and my case is even hopeless. Even I advised the relative that they should not spend their resources. Why? Because this case is a hopeless case from all indication. But it's not like that. Why? Because Since that time, I was sick there because I accepted a very big challenge, and I even challenge the doctor psychologically because I know I will begin and I will bounce back to be a kind of barrier breaker to the others that will serve as an example. To those that they will come back, I will not even praise or whatever happened to somebody like yes. So this is the story why because I'm my own coming age. I'm sorry to say, handsome like you see me, like this. Something happened to me all of a sudden that I cannot walk. But what good thing that I did is to shy away from depression. The only way that you can shy away from depression is first to have a faith. Accept what happened to you in a good faith, and medically and psychologically, you will be gainful in everything. So this is what I accepted and I started moving on.
The process of healing is usually not an easy one. For an adult who has tasted the beauty and freedom of operating independently, suddenly has to live his life as a disabled. A decision to accept his fate came handy as it was obviously the first step to healing. He desired to touch lives and give hope to the hopeless.
You know, for somebody that in life you have never experienced something, at the first time you have something in your mind that your life will change to another way around. But what I did is, as I said, so I said this thing that happened to me with a very good faith, and I thank God that what happened to me, I even have a source of medication. I really thank the effort of the Yoga State government because they are the one that is catapult treatment from to about where I came rehabilitation. I'm a civil servant, I'm working before, then after the treatment, my consultant advised me I should just go back to work and start working on my wheelchair because life is a continual process. And by the virtue of what happened to you, you have brain, you have eyes, your hand is working in your human. You know, in your human anatomy, if something happened to you, something with metamorphosis from another angle, I realized that what came to me when I have an accident, even if I cannot walk, my hand is working. God has left this hand for me. It's another thing that I have to thank God. Some people, they cannot even see. So that is the essence that I said with the main group. I get rehabilitation, then I started going work again with wheelchair. With the rehabilitation and the counseling and prayers that I get, I thought I get it, then I bounce back to your life because you have to be. That's why I'm telling you, I become a kind of barrier breaker to the rest of the people so that they will serve as a different to what happened to me. But disability is a mindset. It depends how you accept it. It's the society and the environment that make us to become disabled, not we ourselves.
Issa thought about ways he can contribute to the society, especially for the vulnerable people. As soon as he resumed work, he engaged himself in the activities of civil society, organization, and community development, where he came up with a non-governmental organization, Rebuilding Hope on Wheels Initiative for persons with disabilities, which is running till date.
I try to see that I came out with a platform that will empower persons living with disability. That is the extent that I'm the founder and the pioneer of the Joint National Association of Persons Living with Disability in the United States chapter. Well, because I say the best way that I can do, why can't I ask myself to look a way around where I can engage with disability community so that I can contribute my part. And this is what I'm doing. I even travel all over the world. United States of America, United Arab Emirates, Ghana, attending so many courses on disability and inclusive development. And this even what even boosts me, my morale, to see that I overcome my challenges, and this is even what I'm even doing and assisting less privileged people through so many international systems. So that is the reason I told you that God has a purpose for making me like this. If I did not have accident, to confirm on which by now I'm not even in the position where I am now. So God will never do mistake in His time. Whatever happens to you, accept it. Be yourself. Mold yourself. Accept the challenge and move forward. It is that you can tell the society where you are not yourself. That's something the society that you not yourself. It's about your mindset. Why? Because my ability is better than my disability. You should look around us, not do it. You should look my face and eyes, not do it. So this is how I learn. But to me, in a nutshell, I overcome my challenges.
Fantastic. You know, I like that phrase. Your ability is better than your disability.
It's even bigger.
Bigger. They should look at your eyes and not the wheels. The wheel doesn't count. It doesn't count. That's the truth. And you know, that is where people get it wrong. When you begin to look at the disability, you are shrinking because you're already shrinking your mindset to that disability and thinking that you cannot achieve anything. But when you look at your willpower and you see that it is far bigger and better and greater than that disability, it will suppress the disability and so take you ahead.
He is the current head of gender and social inclusion in Network of Yobe Civil Society Organizations and doing so well. Isa sees his disability as a huge blessing because on the wheelchair, he has been able to excel excellently.
Thank God. It's good to know that, of course, your life 15 years back, you know, hasn't been something that you will look back and then ask God, why did you do this to me and all that. Now, in the course of you know, the new phase of your life, I'll call it the new phase of your life, okay? What are those things that you will say you regret or you lost out or, you know, that disability brought your way? Like you will say, oh, you wish this disability didn't come. So what is it that you think you lost because of disability?
Honestly, as I told you, that disability is all about mindset and life cannot be the same as usual. Because of the attitudinal change and behavioral change and institutional change of the society, you will get one challenge in one way or the other. Then another to institutional challenges. Then come to the behavioral within the family. Life has changed. Some people, they will just see your disability as a kind of bad luck to the society or to your family as well, because of the perception that the people have on you. But look at now, God has a purpose for making me to become like this. I have so many reasons. I have gained so much in life. After the treatment, as you see me here, you cannot be. I think physically you can even say I look healthy. Why? Because it's all about trauma. It's not a disease. Disability can happen to anybody, as I'm telling you now. But it's depend on your mindset how you took what happened to you. So I bounced back to my life. I even went back to further my education. I obtained my master's degree on wheelchair.
Against all odds, asked him what he regrets most about the incident. With a deep sigh of relief but pain in his voice, he talked about his failed marriage. Today, Abah Isa is again happily married and with his daughter Fatima from the previous marriage. He silently prays every day for his first wife and mother of his daughter to return to them so together they will build a happy home.
Before I got an accident and a married man, God blessed us with a daughter. Only one daughter, that's why I thank God. If I look at this daughter as now, I thank God. Some people, they don't even have the daughter and they are looking. So this is another blessing to God.
Yes.
I thank God. But I don't do that because of the attitudinal change here and there and the family influence here and there. And that this is what is really painting me down. We get separated with my wife, which I don't want to share so much of the story. But it's a painful. But if you really try for me, well, because all alone, the line, even do diploma during after the accident. We travel all over the country. She stayed with me. She supported honestly. I really appreciate her. That's the reason I will not even blame her up to now because of the support she showed to me. I know there must be problems somewhere. She was employed somewhere. That's the reason that we have been separated. That is the most painful part of my accident that I have. Why? Because I know it may be because of accident that we are going together. But if I think in another way around that we have an attachment, there's the daughter. We are not separate, we are still together with her. And she never got married. So getting me. And the challenges that what even made me disturbed is about the younger that daughter, that time the daughter she's only how many years old? Because of the quantum upbringing of the child psychologically, if you look at a child needs a kind of both positive and negative parental care from his parent. When he loses the other side of the parent, it will affect him psychologically. Sometimes she will not see her father for almost getting 2 months, 3 months she's with her mother. And when she's coming up, we are not even together. How do you think that she will feel? Is another challenge. But we try to see that. When we overcome it, we try to see that I put her in a very good school. And now, as I'm telling you, my daughter is almost getting to how many years? 14 years now, she's in school. We are doing fantastically. But I hope so one day, I pray so even the mother should come back. That's the reason why I tell you that this is one of the critical challenges I had.
He who wears the shoes knows where it itches. You can never understand the feeling. You can only imagine the challenges faced by people with disabilities caused by the society. Too many barrels created by the society. Many believe that if you have any form of disability with no source of income, you are a nobody. Even your relatives can abandon you. But Isa decided that his disability will never stop him from achieving his goals in life. He believes that his ability is stronger than his disability.
You know, just like when I spoke with Lois said disability. It is not disability. She said disability.
You see?
Yeah. You know, I keep telling people, I said the most positive people I have met in my life. I am not mixing words. I am not missing out words as persons with disability. They are extremely focused and they know what they want. I have interacted with a lot and I have not found any person with disability that will say, I beg, at this point I am tired. I can't move on. There are sometimes I get tired and I'm like, oh no, I can't. And then, you know, someone who has disability who you feel that should be the one will say, we keep moving, we are not stopping until we see the very end of it. So that is the gift that, you know, they say God is a wonder worker. He's a wonder worker. You cannot decipher what is in the heart of God. But whatever he does is good. He does it well. So far, so good. What engagements have you been able to engage in to ensure that persons with disabilities are being carried along? Thank God now that we have the commission, and so it looks like a brighter light for persons with disability.
Thank you so much. This is a very good question. Before I answer you this question, you know, initially, when I bounce back, I will use this word. When I bounce back to my life, I am now presently a kind of guiding counselor to guiding and counseling to the others. When anybody have an accident and have a similar case with me, they will start calling me and they will panic. They will just guide to me so that I can sit down and advise him the way. And he can even start asking me, how do I come about that? Came to your question. Another thing is what even make me to become an advocate, because I have zeal, I have passion. I also have the pain of living with disability. I think I'm getting it because of the pain I have. And if you look at our society, generally, persons living with disability, they are the most marginalized when even by our numbers. in the country, but statistically we are saying we are 31 million. And you can imagine how they expect that these people, they don't have a legal framework. That is the reason why I have to thank the present administration, or President Muhammadu Buhari, for signing disability bill to become act into law and establish a national commission for persons living with disability, and appointing one of us among us by the constitution. The executive secretary of the commission is a person living with disability. He knows the pain of people living with disability is the executive secretary. With the coming of the commission will serve as a kind of coordinating body whereby the policy and formulation of the person living with disability will be completed. And this is what we are seeing. We really thank, we appreciate the effort of this government. And it is through this legal framework, with the effort of the executive secretary of the person of the General Staff, all of the policy of the act will be implemented. The challenges and the barrier there were present for people living with disability in Nigeria. It's not the disability, as I'm telling you, it's the society and the legal infrastructure. Disability is all about accessibility, participation, and inclusion. These three issues are key.
Yeah.
Access to building, allow you to participate in decision making and other things. This is the key issue. With the coming of this commission, when by time will come, you will see persons living with disability who have access to infrastructure development, and we have access to the social investment, and the government and policy of the government will be carrying persons living with disability along the way. So this will not come at a time or that they go without in our collaborative effort before we even get the commission.
Mohamed Abah Issa is the founder and pioneer chairman of Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities in Yobe State, the APC disabled leader Northeast, amongst other positions. He has used his position to influence some empowerment and employment opportunities for persons with disabilities in Yobe State. Though Mohamed Abah Issa's case was bad, the doctors said there is no hope. But thanks be to his Creator for strength, for families, for friends, and well-wishers who rally around him.
Against All Odds brings hope and inspiration to a lot of people through people's stories, letting them know that because I can, you also can. Yes. So thank you so much for coming on Against All Odds. We know that the future holds a lot for you. And you would like to share with us briefly before we go what the future holds for Comrade Abah Issa.
Honestly, the future is visible. The future is bright, as you can see here. We expect so many things in life, and I hope that God will continue to assist me to climb a ladder that I can be a kind of strong humanity and a pillar that I can assist persons living with disability in Nigeria. This is my passion and this is my aim. And I still sustain that passion and I stick to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you
so
very
much.
much for coming on this program.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
This is Against All Odds.
It's been a pleasant time with him on Against All Odds. Against All Odds is a program that brings hope and inspiration to your doorstep using people's stories. Are you in the dark room, trying to end your life because of one misfortune that has befallen you? If you're listening to us today, stand up, dust yourself, and tell yourself, because Abah Issa could do it. Imagine when the doctors tell your family members that don't waste money, he's a hopeless case, forget about him. But then the family members, looking at the brightness in his eyes, says no. And then him opening his mouth to say, I can, I will. There is nothing that is impossible in this life, but it has to do with you. Your willpower to strive and survive is very, very important. Thank you for staying with us, always on Against All Odds. Let's do this again. Same week, same station. My name is Dushma Pius Ikerabi. Do have a fantastic day ahead. Bye-bye.